Yeah, welcome back to another dauntless video, guys. I'm about to destroy my computer. This is the third time of me recording this, but I digress. I'm gonna keep going. All right, guys, welcome back. Today we're just gonna have a chat and pretty much go over the new fixes and changes and quality of life updates that was implemented in the 0.9.1 patch that was recently released last Friday. This is Sunday, last Friday, I guess. This Friday, yeah, that was released Friday. And it pretty much, I'm going to go over the changes I think are important that really impacts the game, that increases the feel of the game. It pretty much makes it feel better, and the ones I think that are important, because I don't want to go over everything in the list because it's a long list. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can go check that out. But personally, I'm gonna go over a few things. Alright, starting out. I know you guys probably saw at the beginning of the video that new loot tab. That's great. Beautiful. Beautiful that they added that. Now I don't have to go to the wiki and try to figure out what breaks from what part of the behemoth, what drops. Like now you're able to see what item drops from what part of the behemoth, what specific part. So now moving on to the next thing. It's next thing isn't that important, but it's great in the aesthetic of the game side. So you'll see on the bottom left, no, not on the bottom left, on the left side of the screen, you see the health bars and the usernames. It's a lot crisper. It's a lot cleaner than before. That's a great change. And one of the things I always like to see in games, the new, because I love flashy games, cartoonist type games, things like that. Pretty sure you see me playing Dauntless. That's on the side of what I like. But you see that the new visual effects for the behemoths getting stunned and interrupted is now in the game. So you see right here, Ember Main, he has stars above his head now. You see how, in the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, you get hit on the head, you see the stars. That's what's in there now. They updated it. That's nice to see. And when they get interrupted, instead of the old imagery of like a glass getting shattered and a behemoth toppling over, you now have like little stars that pop out of the behemoth, things like that. Adds like a little bit more cartoonish feel to the game. That's great. And now to move on to my beauties, the chain blades. All right, guys, the chain blades. We now have an update that has shown us love, guys. This is my weapon right here, showing us beautiful. Oh, love all around. All right, but with the chain blades, we're now able to interrupt behemoths, and our dashes now start at the beginning of the dash instead of the middle of the dash. You don't know how important that is. When trying to dodge with the chain blades, you're trying to dodge in the last split second. At least I am trying to dodge in the last split second. I'm trying to get out of there at the last second possible so I could take advantage of that opening. But that's not possible with the old dash system, where you had to sort of time it weird. But it wasn't the way any game usually dashes. So they usually give you the frames when you press dash instead of waiting a few seconds or a few milliseconds to give you the frames you should have had. This is a change that took a while to come, that should have been at the beginning of the game, but it's out now and I'm enjoying it. And now to talk about the interrupting mode. The interrupting with the chain blades, let me read this out for you guys. Chain blades primary attacks: swinging blade finisher, blade spin finisher, and cruel Riftstrike can now interrupt behemoths. This is great. For all my weighted strike guys out there, you don't need them no more. Weighted strikes, you don't need them. Throw them in the garbage. Now let me stop. I use weighted strike for everything. I'm not gonna throw them in the garbage, but if you don't like weighted strikes, you didn't like them being on your chain blades, you wish you had more damage, hey, you could do that now. You just gotta get good with booping with the chain blades. That's all you gotta do. The basic attack, the basic normal attack, it staggers. It's just that it may be a lot harder to get off because the chain blades have a shorter reach than the sword, and the sword already has a small reach. So you have to time that right. You might have to throw a dash in there to get a little more distance, but if it is possible, so go out there, try it out, guys. And the spinning blade finisher, which is the left click, right click, and then left click again when you come down diagonal with both of the swords, that can interrupt behemoths. So that's good. uh, I didn't think, oh, what, where can I use that? And then I thought, oh, okay. I went and faced Skarn. When he stands up on his back legs, I do that spinning finisher. So left click, right click, left click, and hit him with the diagonal. He topples right over, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't need the weighted strikes. I don't need none of that. I could just do it with basic attacks and spinning blade attacks. 4 basic attacks to Skarn when he stands up will topple him over. Like, it's beautiful. But the other attack that I really don't see how it can be useful in a fight is spinning blade finisher. That's when you left click, right click, hold the right click, and then left click again, and then you come back down with the diagonals. That I don't really see where it can be used much. Like, I've tried to do a trick shot with it. I've caught Skarn. You know how Skarn pulls you in? I used that as like the base of me getting this attack off. I was spinning, Skarn was pulling me in. I stopped the spin and went in for the diagonal attack. I hit him, knocked him over, boop, get him out of here. I tried that, it was beautiful. But sadly, the record button wasn't on. I tried to recreate it, but it's gonna take a little while. So yeah, but it's beautiful to get off. I guess you could qualify that as trick shot, somewhat, but I don't really see how it can be really useful, because most behemoths, their phase will be over by the time you finish the spin of the spinning blades attack. Like, by the time you finish that, their instability phase, interrupt phase, whatever you call it, it's going to be finished. So in that sense, it's somewhat, no, I'm not going to say it's useless, but it's very situational. Alright, moving on to Crew Riftstrike. Crew Riftstrike, boy, I got a lot to say about this skill. This skill needs to be fixed. I understand that they added an interrupt to the skill, but I don't think it could be useful at all. Like, the skill, the attack after the skill happens pretty much after you phase, come back, and you're in midair. You can't manually activate the attack with a left click or a right click. You have to just pretty much be locked onto a behemoth. And then at that, teleporting to a locked on behemoth, the distance varies. If the behemoth is traveling towards you like Embermane, I'll have a clip at the end of the video, but if a behemoth is traveling towards you like Embermane and you try to Crew Riftstrike, that's not going to work. It's nowhere near going to work. You're going to go past the behemoth, or the behemoth's just going to hit you. I don't see where it's possible, where it's feasible to boot with Crew Rift. Like, I would love to. It's one of my favorite skills, but it's very unreliable with its teleports. Like, it will teleport you way past the target. Sometimes it will pull you back to the target, and it's like this. I want to say it feels like it's all on RNG what the blades will have you do, what Crew Rift will have you do once you press the ability. Like, I've gotten it down pat. I sort of understand the skill a lot more than others, so I could activate the skill. I'll use it all the time, especially in high tense situations. So probably against Shroud and probably against Rezakiri, I'll use Crew Rift. Like, it's my go-to skill. But there's no reason someone shouldn't use Reaper's Dance over Crew Rift. Reaper Dance is the same exact thing. Not the same exact thing, but it feels a lot better and it works a lot better than Crew Rift. Reaper's Dance, if you don't know, is a mod for the Chain Blades where you are able to press Q, it pulls you into the behemoth, and if you're too close to the behemoth, you press Q to do a backflip off of the behemoth. That in itself helps a lot, and it gets you out and it gets you into situations very quickly. The reason I love Crew Rift is because it keeps you in the situation. It doesn't get you out of the situation or get you into the situation. It keeps you in the situation where you're able to maybe dodge an attack that could have hit you, go right back into attacking. while as the Reaper's Dance, it'll kick you out of the situation so you can recover, get your footing, get your stance, and then go back into the fight. So both of them have different uses. I will recommend people use Reaper's Dance over Cruel Rift if you don't want to learn Cruel Rift. But I think Cruel Rift has somewhat of a curve just because of the unsurety of what's gonna happen. You're so unsure, you don't know what's gonna happen. It's like, dang, I thought I was dashing to the behemoth, but I didn't think I was dashing through the behemoth. Like, it's funny, it's weird, but I love the changes. I love the Tom and Jerry stars above the behemoth's head now. It's nice to see these changes, but Cruel Rift, it really needs to change. This attack is very unstable. It's like the economy, like you don't know what's gonna happen. It's crazy. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see the clips of me duping with the chain blades, it's right at the end of the video. And yeah, catch you guys later.